Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Happy Monday. Our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not wanting my sister to move in with my parents and I? I'm a 24-year-old male and I moved back in with my parents earlier this year to save on rent money. My sister, Marissa, a 27-year-old female, has an apartment 20 minutes away from where my parents and I live. Several years ago, she got into a relationship with a guy that we thought that she shouldn't be in a relationship with. I guess that he and Marissa got along well enough. He just has a lengthy, petty criminal record. He also told her car first year into their relationship. Well, lo and behold, Marissa ends up pregnant. The boyfriend goes back to jail for some other petty things. Marissa decides enough is enough and decides to break up with her boyfriend. She's been living with my parents and I this summer while her apartment had some maintenance issues fixed. My parents apparently invited her to move in with us full time once the baby comes so that she can have help raising it. Am I the jerk for not wanting her to move in? I work from home. I'm worried that a baby will disturb my sleep schedule. I'm worried about a baby disturbing me while I'm working. Marissa told my parents that she would be fine living in the basement so that it wouldn't disturb me, but I feel like it's spoiling her to have her allowed to be moving in. She put herself in this situation, and she has an apartment of her own. I haven't talked to Marissa about it since my mom told me that she might move in. I came home from that conversation and just went to my room to cool off. Am I the jerk? Edit to clarify. My sister lived on her own for several years and now only wants to move back in with my parents because she got pregnant by a guy that we all thought would be bad for her. If she hadn't gotten into that relationship like that, she wouldn't be moving back in. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Jerk and major hypocrite. Like, you are no more entitled to your parents' house than your sister is.
Yeah.
And also, unintended pregnancies are no one's fault, and this could have happened with a guy that you all thought was stellar.
Yeah,
So,
well, and the thing is this, you're not the person who gets to decide what relationships your sister are in or not in, and she gets to make the decision about what relationships are best for her. She's decided that she wants this baby and she's going to raise it, and your parents offered to let her move in. So this wasn't even her begging her parents to move in. Your parents were like, hey, you should move in with us so that you have help raising the baby. Now, OP, if you don't like this arrangement, then you can always move, right? So there is some clarification in the comments here. OP does not pay rent, but does pay for groceries. And the sister will be paying the equivalent in rent that he pays for groceries. So the parents are literally not favoring one sibling or another. And OP says that he should not be being punished for the mistakes that his sister makes, right? And I think that's a really bad attitude to have, right? OP, you're not being punished. Your parents are wanting to help your sister out. This isn't a zero-sum game, right? So again, you aren't the one who needs to save money right now. Right? Your sister needs to save the money and she needs help raising her child, and your parents have generously offered to extend a helping hand for that.
well, and it's probably going to be more convenient for the parents, too, to not have to, like, track back and forth, the kid 20 minutes every day.
Yeah, exactly. So I think this is fine, and I think you're just being spoiled. I think you're the spoiled one, and my glasses think so too. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Bro, just move out already. You're the jerk. Do everyone a favor and move out since you stated you can afford it. And save your parents and sister the trouble of living with such a jerk. That way, you can go and complain elsewhere and she'll have the support that she was offered by your parents. Yeah. So it's perfectly fine that your parents allowed you to move back in with them, but it's not fine that your sister is allowed the exact same thing. You're the jerk. And OP replies, I moved back in first. I didn't move back in as a result of my own poor decision making. For example, getting pregnant. I work from home, so I would be stuck with a crying baby all day in my space. You poor thing. Well, and I mean, it's a frustrating thing to work from home, right? And have a crying baby. But again, she's offered to move into the basement, and you can get soundproofing. There's soundproofing available, so there are definitely things you can work out towards this.
Well, and even if she's not living there, if your parents are babysitting the kids during the day, the kid's still going to be in the house with you.
Well, that's exactly it too. It's like, this may not do OP any favors. Like, if the parents are literally taking care of the kid during the daytime, yeah, you're going to be dealing with this one way or another, right? That's the risk of working from home. You might have distractions. So, yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Make your parents go over to your sister's house?
I think that's probably what he was expecting.
I need the entire house to myself so I can work from home.
Maybe you and your sister should move in together somewhere. You'll both save money, and maybe your poor parents will be able to enjoy their own homes in peace. Seriously, your parents are generous to a fault, and you're both taking advantage. To be clear, I wouldn't be judging any other 24-year-old moving in home to save money, just an ungrateful, hypocritical one. You're the jerk. And OP replies, I pay for groceries, and I think my sister would pay some rent. We're not taking advantage of my parents. I don't think OP is necessarily taking advantage of his parents, but it's just kind of silly how he's like, well, I'm contributing, and I'm paying groceries. And it's like, I'm sure that's saving you a ton of money, and congratulations, I'm glad you have parents who are willing to do this, but yeah, stop being entitled. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I have some tea here. Amber has some tea as well. And do you have any jokes for us?
What animal is the most technologically advanced?
The human, because we have technology.
Spiders. They had the web before we did.
Oh. But can they send messages at the speed of light?
It's a joke, but it's a pun.
It is. It's a very good pun. And I have licorice spice, courtesy of Amber, and I guessed it right today. All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like, and if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.